under the radar signing over the weekend, a 1-year, $2 million deal for Donovan PeoplesJones, the
I told you they're going to keep him.
Michigan receiver that they acquired in the during the season in a trade with the Cleveland Browns. So he signs a 1-year, $2 million deal. Really, it didn't really click for him, I don't think, when he came over midseason. But after being with the team for, a handful of games at the end of the year, after a full offseason with the team, working with Jared Goff, Braylon, what do you make of this signing? Could he satisfy that Josh Reynolds role, or do they still need another guy?
Look, I like him. I think they still need another guy, but this could work out. I was definitely with Maz in terms of keeping him home. I told you he went to Cass Tech, which is a nickel throw away from Ford Field. Him and my mom go to the same church, Empowerment, right there in Southfield and 10 Miles. So he's a homegrown kid. He's also a hardball guy. Like, Dan Campbell likes hardball guys. You're starting to see it. The conversation that they had at the Combine, he also played for Jim Harbaugh. He's a good kid. I know him well. He's also a guy that makes plays. Like, he made plays in Cleveland when given an opportunity. Juice Landry as well as Odell was injured the majority of the time there. He had 800 yards one season. I think he had 14 games started, 800 yards. He had 600 yards the year before that, both 3 touchdown seasons. He's a guy that makes plays. We saw that whether he was running punts back in Michigan or whether he was in the end zone as a wide receiver. He can make plays, and you give him a year with Jared Goff. I'm not bringing this guy in here to be number one, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowler or an All-Pro, but you're bringing him in to be a third wide receiver. He's a guy that has starting potential. You put him in at a 3 spot, a lot of mismatches on teams. So I think he's a guy that $2 million is well spent for Detroit. I still would get another guy, but I definitely like him earning that 3rd spot. It's a guy I like.
So does he take Josh Reynolds' spot?
Yeah.
He does?
He does.
So we're not going to see Josh Reynolds, you don't think?
You will not.
You feel confident in this guy taking Josh Reynolds' spot? I like him. I'm just asking you.
That's a tough spot to take, and that's because Josh Reynolds and Jared Goff have chemistry.
Yes.
They had chemistry in L.A. That's why they went and brought Josh Reynolds to Detroit. You remember, Jared really didn't have a – Quintez Cephas was Jared Goff's guy in the mid-game, and then they brought in Josh Reynolds. He made some plays at the end of the season. So that chemistry definitely is a really good chemistry, so you're going to miss that. But at the same time, look, I know you can't be judged for 1 drop or 2 drops in this case. You can't. It happens to the best of them. He did some really good things for the Detroit Lions. But when your number is called as a guy that's not making $30 million, not making $25 million, when your number is called, you got to deliver. And then when your number is called again in the biggest game that Detroit Lions have ever seen, maybe the second biggest because it happened again in 91, your name's called twice, you drop both passes.
This was bigger.
Let's be honest. They would have won the game. Or they couldn't. I don't want to do Josh like that. They probably would have won the game if he catches one of those. Definitely if he catches both of those. That's tough for an owner. That's tough for a coach. That's tough for a GM to overlook.